It's not about, oh, I bought a specific tool and now the magic of BI is available to me, right? It is about discipline and intentionality and strategy and people, process, policy, data, and then technology. Remember, we talk about that over and over again. Just through a hyper simple, easy stack. I mean, if it's in this picture, or it took it to get this picture, we're probably going to talk about it at some point. And if it's not, we probably won't talk about it at some point. So that'll help gauge. Just a couple logistics. I hope you grabbed a name tag, a best breakfast ballot, and a couple of index cards in the weigh-in. Also, there are Capstone marketing folders. They're back on the table. The vendors that have come to present today all have marketing literature. I hope you avail yourself of that information. The name tag, well, duh, you know what that's for. The best breakfast ballot, I will expect by the end of the presentations, we will collect, actually we'll probably collect them earlier than that, so fill them out quick. Super quick, just check whose breakfast you liked best, and I will give them an utterly meaningless award, okay? But it'll be fun, and I'm really interested in who you vote for. So, Capstone brought coffee, so I guess you could write us in. I don't know, that's not important to me. Index cards. That's for you to write questions, like I said. So back to hammering, make sure you write your questions. In addition to answering the questions in this forum, clearly we're not going to get to all of those. We're going to write those up and write the answers up. The vendors have volunteered to do that. We're going to publish a comparative matrix. So you're definitely going to want your question in the mix, in writing. If you don't have it in writing, I'm never going to remember it. You all know me. And it probably won't end up in the matrix, so write it down. Okay? You have plenty of opportunity to do that. Also, Sarah Mason is here with us. Do you want to throw your hand up? She is going to get a fishbowl. She's got a little glass jar and a sign-in sheet. Normally, well, we want to put a business card in the fishbowl. That's important. No spam policy. You may notice my favorite can of meat up on the screen. We will not give that information to anyone. I have that information, and the ITA has that information, and that's it. So the other people in this room, the vendors, everybody else, they don't get that. So you're not going to get spontaneously, massively spammed unless you give someone your business card. Now, I can't control what happens. But I can guarantee that information is not going further than me and the ITA, okay? We do that just to understand that you are here and to send you invitations to future roundtable and other BI events in the area. So, and you can unsubscribe from that very easily. So please put your business card in the bowl. If you did not bring your business card, we've got a sign-in list. But, and here's where if you've been here 4 times, you need to pay attention because this is different than months past. Even if you give us a business card, sign the sign-in sheet and tell us who you came with. Because the 4 people who brought the most newcomers to this roundtable are going to get prizes today. So hope you brought somebody, because you're going to get a prize if you did. Okay? So make sure you sign the list and make sure you put, if you want to bribe each other and share a resource and, you know, he put my name down, I would encourage that behavior. So, here's our format for today. I published this a long time ago, so if you're a regular, you know this. I'm going to claim to take 10 minutes and then take a lot longer. And then after that, the vendors are going to present for 12 minutes each. The bad news for them is that I will be the watchdog with the clock, not allowing them to do what I always do. So there it is. And then we'll take a couple minutes to reset the presentation, refresh, get you coffee, so on and so forth, and then the next vendor's on. So I want to encourage you to do not ask questions during their presentation. I didn't tell them I was going to say that. Rather, write the questions down so that in the hour of Q&A afterwards, we can have all of them answer those questions. Unless your question is real laser specific, but let's keep it off the strategic high level, because we can talk 12 minutes on every one of those questions, right? Okay. And then networking time, very, very important to me. Okay, great prizes, I talked about that. We're voting for best practice, best practice and breakfast, however you want to have it. And then we're going to do questions. Oh yeah, I'll probably be kind of a Nazi about the 60 seconds to answer the question too, so that we can keep going through some questions. So you guys will, you know I'm good for that stuff. I think that's pretty much all on the Q&A stuff. From a logistics perspective, like I said, there's literature on the tables. Make sure that you, oh, I almost skipped over it. We're going to do, each of the vendors has committed to doing a follow-up webinar for this session. So it's probably not going to be, ooh, because we did the BI Roundtable, I'm sure they do webinars all the time, but they would like you to be invited to that webinar so that if you'd like to get into a demo and a deep dive and the things that we won't have time for this morning in such a short time together, those are all going to be happening. Also, if you sign the list, I will make sure you're very aware of those things, okay? So that you can dive in on whichever vendor's product you might be especially interested in, or all of them. Also join the LinkedIn group. You will get an invitation probably before you get back to your desk, because Sarah is that awesome, to join the BI Roundtable LinkedIn group. And that's exclusively for members of this room. If you haven't sat in this room, you're not a member of that group. Restrooms are out the door down the hall. Men's on the left, women's on the right. The code is right behind Sarah there, 318 for the men, 138 for the women. And we are doing an extended session today. And I know a lot of you have places to be. If you have to leave, kind of sneak out the back. We've got video cameras running. Just try to be non-disruptive, but I understand totally if you have to go. Not that I would want you to miss a second of the titillating BI Roundtable. All right, I think we're good to go. Does anyone have any questions on logistics or where we're going today or what we're doing? Anything at all that I can answer? All right, well then I would like to invite Dan from Microsoft. I can't see him. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, there he is in the back. Dan Vandekar from Microsoft to come up and kick us off today. Let's give Dan a giant round of applause.